everybody. I know it's been a very long time since I shot a video for YouTube. I was just thinking what is the kind of content I can shoot so that I can connect with you all and the content is of some benefit. So today I'm going to be talking about how to set up your own private practice and be a successful counselor. I would like to tell you all about the journey of Psychoflakes. So it started in the month of October 2019, and today we have a decent amount of followers in Instagram, and our company is known to people, and it's surreal for me, although it is something incredibly small. I'm a small fish in this big ocean of so many private practices in counseling, so many counselors with decade worth of experience and doing the same thing. But it feels really good to be part of something bigger than you and having your own company and running it successfully. So, like any other company which starts off, at least in the 21st century, having a social media presence is very, very important. So, my company began by having an Instagram page. So, I still remember it was 19th October 2019 when we started Psychoflakes. So, initially, like all other pages, our followers were in hundreds. So when we hit the first 100 followers, which comprised mostly of my friends and classmates, it was really happy and surreal because I didn't know that in business when you hit 100 followers, you could be privileged to have so many different tools that the social media is willing to offer you. So I was really excited for it, and it was almost for 9 to 10 months wherein the followers were only 300 plus, even though the content was really good and people could connect to it. And a lot of them used to compliment me by saying that the posts are really so nice, but the number of followers were not increasing. So I used to be a little bit disheartened and I used to feel really bad that it's not doing well in spite of putting so much of hard work. That's when I realized there are a lot of do's and don'ts when it comes to your social media and how to present it. So before, I used to have my posts with the backgrounds of yellow color, and on one side there used to be a picture, and on the other side there used to be content. So aesthetically, if you look at it, it was not that pretty, and that's why a lot of people used to come see the page, but used to not follow because to some extent the presentation was not that good, or the content was so much that people used to get bored after reading 2 to 3 lines. Then later on, I changed the way in which the posts were made. So we had a white background. We had the placement of the logo fixed to one particular corner. So it's either in the right side of the post, left side, or in the middle. So no other place the logo was placed, and the font that we chose was something very consistent. So glacial indifference and league Spartan is something that we use, and it is very legible and clear when you look at the post. And I started using cartoons or the thing that we get in Canva. So Canva has been incredibly helpful to me, I would say. So initially I started off with Adobe. Adobe is also a wonderful software, but I found it very difficult to use. Later on, I was introduced to Canva. Canva is very beautiful, I must say, because it really helps you, and even a beginner can find it very useful. So initially, I used to enjoy spending a lot of time in Canva and playing around with its features. And later on, I decided, okay, these are the features that I wanted. So it's very important that first you explore the software that you are going to be using, know all of its features, and then decide on the features that is going to be the best fit for your page. So I started using elements. So elements are basically the cartoon characters. So I felt it to be really cute, firstly, and very apt to the kind of content that I was posting. So that's how we started, and slowly I could see there was an increase in the followers. And when I hit my first 1,000, I was just very happy. So basically, I had made up a goal to ensure that I hit 1,500 before my birthday. and it happened, and it was so nice feeling. So after almost a year, I could see the growth in my page, and people were starting to recognize and be like, this is so nice, this is something that I connect to, this is so informational. Some of them even come up and say that, some of the things that you've covered in the post was actually asked in MPhil and MA entrance exam. So I was really happy, and it was very surreal feeling for me. And then slowly we could again see the tapering down of followers. So that's when Instagram introduced reels. So reels is indeed a game changer to a lot of organization, and it can really communicate a lot of things to the audience. So it is made interesting by adding film songs, album songs, quirky music, and you come up with your own hook steps, or the way in which a lot of creators are trying to spread awareness through reels, through content which is so helpful and beneficial, and it's so creative. So even we started doing reels. So reels for me, honestly, it's a little bit difficult because I feel that there is so much of things that I can say, and that 60 second is so less. So I end up speaking a lot, and then when it comes to editing, we have to increase the speed or decrease certain content. So that's why reels kind of became a little bit hard for me, but then I got the hang of it. I started doing reels. So initially, it was a game changer. A lot of people started following and could connect with the reels. But then I found out that most of my followers were there because of the kind of posts that we were posting rather than for the reels. Although on the other side, there's a lot of rumors surfing around that reels are the game changer, and it is the one that is going to be there, and Instagram algorithm is pushing it. So I felt that okay, let us have a mix of both reels and posts, and to some extent it did work. But a lot of people started unfollowing because the reel content maybe that I was doing was not something that they could connect. So again, I had to come back and decide what are the things to be done. So one good thing about social media that has taught me is advanced planning. So it's very important that you have a Excel sheet, and all the days and dates filled in, and any important event. So you have World Vegan Day, or Children's Day, or World Mental Health Day. So there are so many kind of topics that is there. So it's very important that you are aware about all those things and make content which is relevant to that particular day. So it's always suggested that you have a plan, at least 1 month or 15-day plan, so that you're well prepared in advance and you don't get overwhelmed on the day to post something. So Excel sheet really helps you in deciding what is the kind of post that you need to do and curating it. So that's when I got together and I decided that I'll be having a mixture of both reels and posts that is being posted. So 1 month planning used to be done. The shooting used to happen in few days time frame. I used to shoot a couple of videos, and then we used to edit it and keep it ready so that on the day we can post it. So that is how we are going right now. Reels, it's really difficult for me at least to understand how to go about it. There are some reels which I don't think I've put in a lot of efforts but have really connected well with the audience. Some reels I've put in a lot of efforts, but many of them couldn't connect. So it totally depends on how your audience is responding and connecting to the reels. So initially, the kind of reels that I posted were, having music, and the texts were in the corner. And then slowly I started having reels wherein I am speaking, my voice is heard. So the thing that I learned over here is, the voice speech, wherein I am speaking. The engagement is really low, but people are able to connect to it. Whereas the ones which has a song in the background, a lot of people are viewing the reels, but not that much interaction or engagement takes place. So it totally depends on how you want your reels to look. There are a lot of people who only speak in their reels. One example is Niharika Anand. She's so honest and true that people connect with her. So it really depends on how you want to put in your content. I personally feel that talking to the audience really helps in stating whatever you're thinking of saying. So I prefer that, although there is no much engagement as of now, but I'm sure that a lot of people can connect if somebody is talking to them in the reel, and ensure that there is captions, so that even if the audio is not on, they can read your captions and understand what are you trying to communicate. So that is something that I have learned from reels. So again, for almost 1.5 to 2 months, I have not posted a lot of reels because I had other commitments. But I did realize that when you speak in your reels, it really helps you to connect with your audience. So that is my takeaway from reels. I hope this is helpful. Now coming to the hashtag management. So it is very important that you have hashtags which help you reach out to a lot of people who have similar interests as you. So the kind of hashtags that you use ensure that the number of posts in that particular hashtag is around 1 lakh, so that that many people can see. Another important thing to note is, if you're putting a hashtag which has like million posts, it becomes very difficult for your post to be clearly and evidently visible in their uh, post page. So ensure that the kind of hashtags that you're using stays within the 1 lakh limit. Let it be between 10,000 to 1 lakh, so that your post is prominent and is easily found and clearly visible, and a lot of people would come to your page and check your page out. So this is something that I learned through hashtag management. So find out your niche, find out the kind of popular pages that is around you. One important thing to notice: you can have a hashtag which is relevant to the content, hashtag which is relevant to your field, hashtag that is around your area. So for example, I stay in Bangalore, so I would want to put in all of the hashtags around Bangalore, so that people in my state or my city can easily identify that, okay, this is this particular page from this city and this is what they're doing. So this is how you build your contact and you build the popularity of your page in your own city or state. So these are certain things that I learned from my journey in Instagram. So let me, in brief, give you all a summary. What are the do's and don'ts? So the do's are, have a good bio. So this bio is what is going to catch the attention of people who are coming to the page. So make sure that the bio communicates exactly what you do, what you offer, and how are you planning to offer. Is it online or offline? And sometimes even you can put in your preferences, like your gender, or are you part of queer committee, or are you part of food industry or mental health industry. So you can put that up clearly, so that people can understand what is the community that you belong to and what is the kind of content that they can expect from this particular page. So the bio has to be something that is very strong, so that people are intrigued to know what does your page offer. And make sure that you have a unique logo, and if possible you can get it registered so that nobody else copies your logo. Have a background in such a manner that it is light color or is something that matches with your logo. So suppose your logo is made of dark colors. For example, our logo is made of purple and yellow. So have a neutral background so that your logo is clearly visible in all of your posts. So the neutral background that I chose was white, and the picture or the element color coordination is generally violet and yellow, so that it is matching with your logo. Ensure that you have a font which is fixed and regular for all of your posts, and ensure that the font is readable. And since social media is something wherein people only spend almost 2 to 3 seconds per post and then they go to the next post, so ensure that your first few lines are extremely catchy and make the person read your entire post. And since, like I mentioned, the attention span is only 2 to 3 seconds, so don't put in a lot of content in your post. If you put in a lot of content, it becomes very difficult for you to engage with your audience. So you can, have posts which are stating out certain facts, and maybe the entire information can be put in your caption, so that those who are interested, who are intrigued, they go and read your caption and there is engagement. If not, you can have the carousel posts. So carousel posts, the first 2 3 posts can be very interesting lines, so that the person is more interested to know what the post is all about. So this is how you can space your content. Ensure that the placement of logo is in such a manner that it is fixed. So either you choose your right side or left side or midway, whatever is feasible and makes your post look authentic and beautiful. You can accordingly choose the placement of your logo. This is very important so that people know that this is the organization that is telling out this particular post. Make sure that the hashtags that you choose are having close to 10,000 to 1 lakh posts so that your post can be easily found, and if the engagement is more in that particular hashtag uh, posts, your post would be number one. So ensure that you choose a hashtag that is something that is close to your area, relevant to the content that you're posting, relevant to the field in which you are in. So keep this in mind. So people say that have 25 hashtags and it really helps you to connect with your audience. It depends. Personally, I don't think 25 hashtags has helped me connect with the audience. Have 10 to 12, and that should do. So do proper researching as to which particular hashtag is getting you more engagement and more people. So that would take some time, but please do experiment and then find out what are the hashtags that is working for you and what are the hashtags that is not.